Hello. I thought you might be hungry.
Thanks. Did you bring any chips?
I'm sorry this happened, but I tried to warn you.
I had to help Spyro rescue the eggs.
You just don't understand. If we don't bring dragons back to this world soon, all our magic will be lost.
The dragons used to live here?
Yes, this was their original home. But a long, long time ago, the sorceress banished them to the other side of the world. She didn't realize the dragons were the source of all our magic.
Maybe I could convince the dragons to come back, if you let me go.
Clever.
I'm sorry. I can't.
She almost did. Clearly she wants to be on our side. Hunter, you're on the ball. I mean, not only are you doing it because, you know, you like her and whatnot, but, you know, she was actually debating it. And you do have some influence with the dragons. You are Spyro's friend and rival, after all, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we are off for more of Spyro for a Year of the Dragon Reignited. And in the last episode, we had yet more glitches. Doesn't sound too far-fetched at this point, does it? It's like a regular thing every time that we play this game. We did Charmed Ridge, which is over there, right where that whale is. That pillar right there. The World of Fairies, where we had respawning enemies after we killed them. Cat witches that were hitting me with head-on collisions, even though it didn't look like they were, but at the same time when they did, sometimes they didn't take damage. It was weird. And, well, as we just saw right there, Hunter, well, he was captured at the beginning of the last episode as well, technically, after we finished Lost Fleet. And now we just had that cutscene immediately after we finished yet another level. So the plot thickens. But we're not actually done yet. We need one more level in order to actually continue progressing. And, well, yeah, anything that Hunter is supposed to host is still not available. So I think because we had a lot of glitches in the last episode, I don't know why I was spinning around in circles. I was just talking about what happened in the last episode, because quite a lot went down in terms of glitching. Planting beans and whatnot, which was actually the most stable thing, which I normally have trouble with in the original. We're going to chill out and go to Frozen Altars. Considering that we got a bunch of skill points in the last episode, we're still going to get more. Just keep piling them on.
Welcome to Frozen Altars, Spyro. On behalf of the Ice Fairies, I want to grant you a special power for as long as you stay in our world.
Ooh, I wonder what this blue fairy has done. I was wondering if she was actually going to hang around or poof away. She actually hang around for a tad. I like the music in this level, by the way. And I love how cool it looks. Literally. It just looks so good. It's like you got like the sun beaming down on a pyramid covered in snow. Probably Aztec ruins of some sort. These penguins, though, I'm not exactly a fan of the design, but I did like the way that they talked in the original. Even though it could be considered a little bit creepy and off-putting. That might be why they changed it. But at the same time, I like the original because it was like so deep with a lot of bass. Yeah, we have an ice flame starting off in this level. Once again, a fairy is the one that actually gives us the ability. Last time it was, basically it's like the super flame, but in this case it's ice flame. Or ice breath, as it were. We can freeze enemies, and there is actually a trophy that I need to bring up right now upon doing this. Frozen Altars. Use the ice breath to freeze 12 enemies. So we want to be focusing on our breath instead of charging into folks. But if you freeze them then charge into them, they will die. So that is kind of the way you want to do it. Turn them into effectively a pot and then smash them. Can't smash that though. That ice is too thick. So yeah, we got ice breath, which funnily enough, as I said, in the Magic Crafters worlds, if you remember, or the Dreamweavers world, I had to pause there in order to remember the name again. For some reason I can't remember Dreamweavers. We had fairies that gave us the original Super Flame, which was just our normal flame, but it broke everything. The Super Flame in 2 and 3 are projectile-based.
Some bearer sold us a laser defense system to protect us from Rhynocs, but with these flippers, I can't even turn it on. You'd have no trouble using it, though. Just walk inside. When you're done, press the action button, and you'll walk back out.
That doesn't seem like it needs my hands, but I do have claws, so I have better grip. Thank you, good sir. So let's hop in, and this is the main mechanic for this level. Yes, it's all ice-based, but we still have the power of fire, which is kind of ironic, actually, if you think about it, because It's an ice level. You'd think that the fire breath would be a lot better to have instead of freezing enemies while it's an ice level, but it don't matter. Beat the Yeti in 2 rounds. This is why I left this one to last. That's not a fun one in the original, even though it is easily exploitable in the original. However, from what I've seen, it is actually a lot more easier in this one. It's still annoying to a point, but it also, I believe, loses a feature, which I can actually test out because I have 2 DualShock 4s. So we'll get to that at some point. Or, you know, 2 Xbox One controllers if you're playing on the Xbox One version. It'll be DualShock 1 or 2 if you're playing on a PS1 or 2. Or, well, any DualShock controller, I guess. That was a little bit awkward. That was violent! I forgot that was a thing! Wow. I'm pretty sure I made the game lag out there. Blame you. I would like a bit of health back, please. There's an egg over there that we need to get, but I'm not high enough to go get it.
Eustace and I were having a snowman building competition when the sorceress brought them to life with a spell. Since then, they've been stomping around, building ice walls, and generally causing trouble.
Ah, so the sorceress is actually doing something in this world by herself. Not sending the Rhynocs to it, even though they are here. The sorceress herself brought these snowmen to life. She's really stepping up her game at this point. Which makes sense. We're near the end. I mean, I say near the end. We're near the end of our third out of the 4 hub worlds, because, I mean, they're all based off of times of the day. I mean, what other time of the day have we not covered so far? We've had sunrise, evening, which is like sunset. We've had midday. So, what's it going to be? I guess it's nighttime. Midnight, maybe? Anyway, we've got ice here. If you want to go a little bit faster, just charge before you hit the ice, and you'll build up a bit of speed like I just did. One time where the momentum-based physics are actually good, because well, if I just do this, I can get up here. There's 25 up there, actually. But yeah, I think that actually happens in the original. One time where the momentum-based physics are not exclusive to the Reignited trilogy. By the way, I want to talk to this guy.
It would be easy to get up to that treasure if you had something to stand on.
I want to freeze this guy, because this is the way you intend to do it. Freeze this guy to hop up and get the stuff, and then just free him. Or unfreeze him, whatever.
I don't know why, but I feel really cold.
You don't know why? You did know that you saw me spew out, you know, my ice breath on you and encase you in ice. I don't know why you can't tell. Maybe you're just very nearsighted. You can't even see me from this distance. But you're talking to me, so maybe else. I liked how that was done in the original. He's like, brr, I don't know why, but I feel really cold. And it's that deep. It's that deep, and I love the original voice acting of that. It's like, it's very monotone, but very low and bassy. Thank you for that. Just keep saving my progress every time I get hit, Zoe. Don't mind me. It's like, you could have zapped me beforehand, which I think you did, but I took hits anyway. If I just charge in, yep, I should be able to hit them. Notice that they just pick out, like, flaming rocks out of their fire. They're throwing literal fireballs at us instead of, well, snowballs, which you would expect them to do in an ice level. It's like a nice flip of the elements. Instead of you being a fire-breathing dragon, you're an ice-breathing dragon, and the enemies are the ones with the type advantage for the most part. But yeah, these snowmen, as you saw, we can't actually deal with them. I didn't think it was going to jump that close to me in one bound. I thought I would be fine, but... Oh, they don't actually hurt me. I'm still yellow. Okay. Oh, Sparks are still yellow, rather. Just do this. Have I not had the trophy yet? Have I not had the trophy yet? Pretty sure I've frozen more than 12 enemies. That's weird. I'm surprised I haven't got that yet. Oh, he's gone. By the way, here's something clever that you can do with the laser. You can break everything with it. Oh, I like that. If you're having trouble with the enemies, or if you just don't want to get into close quarters with them, just use the lasers and it kills them. You know, considering that Moneybags kind of ripped these guys off, knowing that they couldn't use them, or maybe the penguins brought it and thinking they could use it, but then they couldn't. They got ripped off by Moneybags. And as we know, he's been working with the sorceress, and the sorceress is causing problems. So it's like, not only are they getting the penguins money, but they're also making their lives a misery, because they can't use what they brought in order to defend them from what the sorceress is doing. It's like they're working in tandem. I keep freezing these enemies, they're not giving me the trophy. I'm pretty sure I've done more than 12 at this point. So let me come over here, freeze you. No? When are you going to give me the trophy, game? Just asking. I'm pretty sure I've killed all the enemies in this level, but I've frozen almost every single one of them. So I'm a little bit confused about that. In fact, I missed this guy down here. Are you my final one? There we are, dozen cold ones. I was wondering when that was going to happen. I mean, you want to be freezing them before hitting them anyway, because, you know, they're gonna, if they charge into you when you charge into them, you're just going to both collide. You will still kill him, but you will take damage. Speaking of Moneybags, though, and grabbing gems, he's just chilling right here, right next to a penguin. What's going on, boy?
Thanks for helping out, Spyro. Why don't you take this? The Rhynocs were trying to fry it with a laser, but you stopped them just in time.
Considering that, you know, Handle fished one out of lava somehow, I think they would have been able to handle a laser if it could handle molten lava. It's those eggshells, man. They don't come easily to boiling. Oh, yeah, by the way, if we walk through this door, we're back at the beginning of the level. Yep, the end was literally right where we began. Once again, funnily enough, that kind of happened similarly to what happened last episode in Charm Ridge. But yeah, this greedy bear, greedy whore, what are you after?
Say, Spyro, you're a sports fan, aren't you? As you probably know, Frozen Altars is the birthplace of the great sport of cat hockey. Today's match is sold out, of course, but I just happen to have a spare ticket that I'll sell you for, say, a teensy-weensy markup.
Tinsy-wincy markup for a spare ticket? That's just a normal ticket. You are lying to me twice over because it's not spare. You're ripping me off. And because you're saying that it's a spare, that would make me think, oh, it's going to be more expensive. And then you're going to mark it up even more, so it's going to be even more expensive. What's the price? 800 gems. Your prices are getting a little bit ridiculous there, boy.
Head on in, Spyro. It should be a thrilling match. In fact, I've even placed a little wager on the Rhynoc team. Let's just hope the local team doesn't have any last-minute accidents.
You, boy, will get what's coming to you soon. For now, cool off. I'm going to join the team and I'm going to bring home the win.
I challenged a Rhynoc to a traditional game of cat hockey, but I think I sprained my flipper while training. Would you mind taking my place?
Yeah, considering they're not playing fair.
Great. Freeze the cats and push them into my goal to score.
First to 5 cats wins. Now, you might be thinking, there should be like a skill point or a trophy for, you know, getting 5 without him scoring any, just like in Colossus in Spyro 2. Well, actually, no. The thing is that the skill point, as I've said, is beat the Yeti in 2 rounds. This isn't a Yeti, this is just a normal Rhynoc, so that is kind of a thing. And, yeah, for whatever reason, when he whacks a thing, it freezes them, just like how we have to do it. But we can't charge, so we have to just keep flaming and pushing them. But you can flame him as well, which freezes him. So you can do that in order to stop him from scoring points. Problem is, though, I have noticed that sometimes the cats just go into the opponent's goal without trying, and they tend to favour his side of the field. So it's like they're being baited, perhaps. They also like walking into the walls a lot for some reason, which is not a Reignited thing. Yeah, a traditional game of cat hockey. What I like is that they actually have a scratch post for them to be occupied with, so they stay in the goal. That's kind of cute, actually, because it's like, I mean, how else are you going to keep them in your goal? I only need to get one more now, actually. Oh my god, he's actually getting them all in. I better freeze you, boy. Stop there. Okay, that's a problem. I need to get this guy. Oh, wait. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Right outside my goal?
Well done. I think you deserve to keep the Champions Cup.
Yeah, because a cup is an egg. Egg cup. There we are, I made a joke out of it. And yeah, that's actually all we had to do here. You don't play another match. Like I said, there's no achievement, no skill point. It's just that. And it had an 800 rupee? The gems. Rupees are gems. An 800 gem paywall. And Moneybags just scarpers after you win. Or maybe he scarpers after you pay and he just doesn't watch even after the wager, but whatever. Before we go do Bentley's area, because we passed that a little earlier, I want to go along the top of these buildings. You might be thinking, is this just some clever thing other than those 2 gems to just get around the level? No, you actually intended to do this. And Spyro's hugging the wall because momentum, I guess. I was trying to pull away. I do not like how close to the edge we are on grabbing this egg. You just grab it by going. I mean, I guess that's cool because it's right at the beginning, as I've already mentioned, but I don't like how close to the edge we are. And that's in the original as well, and I'm surprised they didn't fix it in this version. Just have yourself on a different orientation. We've got gems up there, but we can't actually... Oh, I can make it to the top here. I didn't think I could do that. I think that's intended, but it didn't look like I could. Actually, can I walk across this? Oh, no! That's not exactly what I wanted. I don't want to land in the middle of both of them and fall. Ugh. Pretty sure you're supposed to be able to hop across these. Yeah, you are. I just happened to land in smack bang middle in 2 areas and it just knocked me off. Because then I can jump up here, and then I can glide over here. I think you were actually supposed to go to that building with the gems on it, but where we had our second laser. But I find it a lot easier to do it that way because the tops are just flatter and you get closer as well. So it just lessens the chance of failure. I guess there's no other way on getting back quick. I guess I'm just going to have to cut back until I get back there again, because I got to do that all again in order to get up there and get up there. So I'll see you guys back for another lap. Oh no! I landed on it! Come on! Funny how that when you get to the end of the level, even no matter which way you do this, if you're trying to grab everything, you're going to come to a complete stop at some point. Which, funnily enough, just makes the whole level freeze its flow, because it was flowing pretty decently until you get to this point in the level, and even if you keep on messing up the jumps, that doesn't help at all. But yeah, this is how we get up to this point, so I can hop it down this way, grab these 15 gems. I was going to say 2, but the value is 15. So I went with that. Don't know where I was going with that. Come through here, jump here, bash. I did press triangle. There we are. And that's all the gems. We're only missing a couple more eggs now, as well as the skill point itself, and that is the Bentley area that we got to go to. So I'll cut yet again to when I get back to the end of the level in order to do that. Alright, from the end, let's backtrack just a tad. There it is. Kind of bypassed it earlier, but I wanted to do that.
Spyro, I have just received word from my little brother. He appears to be having some trouble with a Yeti.
That damn Yeti took my ball. I told him to give it back or you'd kick his lousy butt, but he wouldn't listen.
Okay. This level. This particular sub-area. The one time that another character has an optional secondary set of moves, I guess, unless it's Hunter. But yeah, we gotta fight that Yeti from Colossus. Yeah, like I don't know why I keep bringing up references to Spyro 2, but yeah, that is the same model of the one that gets crushed at the end of the level. And yeah, he's here now. We gotta fight this guy. And there's 2 eggs in it for us and a skill point.
I knew you'd do it. Go and show him not to mess with us. Remember to block his high punches and hit him low when he tries to block. Right,
so we got an X button for body blow, circle for big hookaroo, which is just basically a high attack. So X is low, circle's high, and triangle to block high. If you're not attacking, then Bentley just, well, in his idle position right now with his gloves, blocks his body. So as long as you're not doing anything, you block your bottom. You basically just got to dupe him out. Think of it like Urban Champion. That's the best way for me to... Where did the controls change? Square for a quick jab. Okay, why did you give me 2 sets of moves? You kind of skipped an no. Glitches! Good lord! I'm fed up of talking to them about them every episode at this point. Right. So we want to go for X for quick jabs to the belly. I don't tend to go for big hookaroos, I just go for the quick jabs. As you can see, every time I try to go for the big smacks, he stops me. But that does do more damage. All we're going to do for the first round is pretty much get him And that's about it, really. You can shimmy back and forth, which that's what I like to do. I keep like to shimmy back and forth and then go for a quick jab to the belly. It does take longer, but that's what I do in the original. But it's mostly because you can't actually see the telegraph of like where he's blocking or where he's gonna swing in the original. Because the boxing gloves are bigger, it's a lot easier in the remake.
You really showed him. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't my ball.
It's an egg! Ali! Oh, he tried to do a head bash without paying. Funny that.
You should go back and kick his butt again. Make him give me my ball back.
Alright, so this is... Well, I would like to say this is round 2, but this is actually... Fight 2, round 1. This is the 3-round match, and he has, well, both of you have a little bit more stamina. If a round is up, you regenerate a little bit of health for the second round. You got to win 2 rounds in a row, or you got to win within 2 rounds anyway, in order to win, and get the egg, of course. If you can knock him out in 1 round, that's awesome. But there is a little bit of a thing I want to talk about while actually going for this.
This time, it'll be a 3-round match, and when you win, don't let him send you off with a stupid egg.
In the original, actually I do want an egg, so excuse you, thank you for that, Zoe. She just disappears out of nowhere. It would be nice if she just went down a bit there. I noticed that, don't think I didn't. But yeah, funnily enough, this is actually in a cave, not in an open floating zone, which actually makes a lot more sense. Anyway, what I was trying to get to was, dang it, was that in the original, you can do a 2-player and cheese this. If you have a second controller plugged in and press a button, you take over the AI and basically the other player can play as the other Yeti. But because this was kind of a terrible minigame in the original, I mean, it still kind of is in this. It's quite difficult. I mean, I've got him down to half health at this point, but it's... Because it's a lot easier to spam in this one, it just takes a little bit longer than try and suss him out and get him into a rhythm. But yeah, in the original, you can do a 2-player, and from what sources say, you can't do a 2-player in the Reignited version. I'll try it after I've actually beaten this. I'll just hook up a second controller quickly and see if I can, but normally on the newer consoles, you have to sign in to do that.
Only 2 more rounds to go. You're doing great.
So it may not allow me. Still though, I'm going to get the skill point, because he's down to just below half health, even though his health has obviously recovered. Well, my health is back to max. But yeah, funnily enough, because these are boxing gloves, Sparks isn't affected by this, even though he still hangs around with us. It's kind of funny that. You know what? Ah, you bugger. There we are, I got him with a big hookaroo. Yeah, you don't really need a block, really. You just take the hits and just go for the other swipe. Well, the other jab even, when he's not blocking in that direction. If you want to go for a big smackaroo, there you go, but you don't really need to. I'm just going to do normal swipes because he's almost done. And, oh, no, there we are, done it. Got the skill point, got the egg.
Hey, this isn't my ball. It's just another stupid egg.
This isn't marble, and that's never resolved, funnily enough. Yep, we just get kicked out. It's never resolved. And there we are, got the art gallery included because we got half the skill points. As I said before in Spyro 2, the skill points were part of the original game. They were not a Reignited exclusive, so I have been getting them as I go. So we will be, but I will not be checking the art gallery until we've done it all and after the game, because there's a difference between the original and the Reignited version, which obviously the Reignited version is an art gallery, while in the original it's an epilogue. I'm going to hop back in after hooking up a second dual shock, and I will get back to you.
Oh, I found my ball. I'd forgotten I lent it to Eugene yesterday. No harm done, right?
Alright, so as you can see, I just logged in my brother Master Aaron as the second controller. So we'll just press a couple buttons on the second controller to see what happens when we walk in. I let the cutscene play as soon as I walked in, and then cut out the thing. Oh, what? Oh!
Oh, I found my ball.
Oh! Okay, you can't play it again. I'm pretty sure you can in the original. Well, that was a waste of time. I just grabbed a controller for no reason. It just booted me out. It wouldn't even let me attempt. I guess I would have had to try that in the second round. I'm pretty sure, or the second egg fight, the 3-round fight. I'm pretty sure it's only in the 3-round fight. But you could redo that in the original anytime you walk in, I'm pretty sure. He says, do you want to go again? Just for funsies or something. But yeah, the ball thing isn't resolved unless you walk in there, but normally you wouldn't know because you would just be glad that you're done with it. And to be honest, I never actually walked back in there. I was just going in there for, you know, content's sake and covering multiplayer. But yeah, I can't really show that because you wouldn't know if we had two people playing it, even if I did put footage in. So it's not really much need to get footage for the other version. But yeah, I'm actually kind of baffled that it just kicks me out like that. You can't even attempt to go back in. But yeah, we're done with all the worlds of Evening Lake other than the Sparks level that we can't do until we do the boss. And that's what we're going to do in the next episode. So until then, see you guys next time.